What is happening, everyone? What is the date? What is the day of the week? It's still just a blur. I think it's a Tuesday because I took the trash out last night. How is everyone doing? What is it? Tuesday, January 12th. I gotta make a quarterly tax payment by the 15th. I'm not happy about that. Let's take a look at what's going on in the markets. Let's pull up Tastyworks. A lot going on. Bitcoin is moving again. Had a really good rebound. We're going to discuss what was going on in Bitcoin, my thoughts on Bitcoin in the crypto space. The NASDAQ went red there. It was up a good 15 or so points, and it went red. Volatility was down, but it's creeping back up. I did put some positions on. I went long the small exchange. Link down below if you want to check it out. It's a really great way to do micro futures. Efficient use of capital. It's not just on Tastyworks. There's other platforms that have it. It is growing. I do think it will continue to grow. They will have a cryptocurrency bucket coming out soon. Mr. Skinner, how you doing, buddy? Good morning. How are you doing? I did, because I like Max Payne, I did put $1 short on in the small exchange. I did put a precious metal. So I went long the 10-year, short the dollar, long precious metals. That hurt me a bit last week when I did that. I am tempted. I don't know what, I kind of want to do something in the NASDAQ. I'm not sure. Like the common sense thing to do would be to go short the NASDAQ, maybe a mini NASDAQ, and hedge my long deltas. But I feel like Biden's going to come out sometime this week. Announce that stimulus. The market's going to go crazy. So I might put something on. I might put something on the NASDAQ. Let's see how it handles. I'm sitting here looking at this NASDAQ and I'm wondering what's causing some downward pressure on it. I mean, Tesla's up $20 in the pre-market. I think Amazon. So I'm looking at the big 10, you know. We got Apple. Apple basically flat, down 30 cents. We got Amazon up $4. We got, what is the Facebook doing? The Facebook is up $1. Google down $12. I mean, I don't think that's enough to bring the NASDAQ down when you consider all the others. I'm not sure what's going on there. Nvidia's up $6. There's a lot of news with NEO going on. I think NEO's down in the pre-market. I did put a covered call on them yesterday. We might have to adjust that. I might put a covered call on all my NEO positions because I am kind of short-term bearish on that. I think, thanks for asking, buddy. I'm doing pretty good. You know, I had a little rough day with, I'm pretty SGG, pretty good. How you doing, buddy? Yesterday was not a lot of fun. I have a lot of exposure in cryptocurrency. I would say, I don't know, somewhere between like 30 and 50% of, you know, my monies is in Bitcoin or Bitcoin related stuff right now. Bitcoin had a nice recovery last night. It was kind of dumping off this morning. This, I feel like this 32,000 level is pretty crucial. I might play a bounce. You know, looking at this, I've had a lot of thoughts on this lately. And one of the things that annoys me the most about cryptocurrency, and we can discuss why I think there was a sell-off. I mean, I think there's some pretty obvious reasons, and it's going to obviously continue to happen. Not being able to hedge against that really bothers me. There are some ways to do it. Like I can short this Bitcoin future, but it's 5-to-1 leverage, which is a lot. And it doesn't trade on the weekends. I know there's some, I need to find a better utility out there. And I know there's some. I know BitBoy promotes the hell out of one. I forget about it, the name. But I don't like the idea that technically that's illegal in the United States, as far as I know, right? You have to use a VPN, and I don't want that kind of risk. In fact, my message is most people shouldn't get into Bitcoin right now. Most people should definitely not leverage trade Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies. Most of you are just going to get your face melted off. And then, you know, my wheels, they never stop turning. So I was thinking about last week, he mentioned how a bank that he had banked with for like decades shut down his account. Is there a correlation there? Like, did they see that? You know what I'm saying? Just speculation. I don't know, but I don't want that kind of risk. But I would love to be able to better hedge against all my Bitcoin and Ethereum longs. So one way I can do that, Mara and Riot were up pretty good when Bitcoin was up, so they're pulling back. So that is one way it is a really good way to hedge against it. And I did sell, on Friday, I bought 500 more shares of Mara, and I did sell 5 covered calls, and those are practically up like 80%. So we got to take those off. I mean, there's still some premium in there. Maybe we can roll them down. Let's see, let's roll, not out, let's roll down. We can go down, there's only 3 days left in this. So do I think Mara can hit 30? Yeah, of course, but whatever, let's hedge it. I'm gonna get another, am I not getting all 5? Yeah, I'm getting 5, so 5, yeah, that's about right. So I'm gonna get another $250 in credit. And there's only 3 days left on those. The one thing I don't like about Mara that I notice is they don't have weekly options. Let's go over here to Riot. So if I want to continue to hedge against my position, weekly options might be a really good way to do that. Riot does have weekly options, so I can actually go 10 days out. And I am going to do the same. And how many shares of Riot do I have? I have, I think, 1,000. Let's go ahead and hedge half of those. Get some income, passive. I mean, there's an 87% chance I'm going to be 50% profitable on this. I'm going to get like 700, a little over $700 credit. I might have made a mistake on those Mara, not checking the bid and the ask. We'll go ahead and do the mid price on this, see if that fills. Boom, we're good. I'm gonna let that run. If Bitcoin continues to drop, I'm gonna, at least I've hedged my deltas on this a bit, and then I'm not gonna lose my shares, right? And then if I do lose some shares, maybe I put some more puts on, maybe I put some more covered calls on, who knows? It's just a great way to hedge. Does Kraken have futures? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't think so. I think I noticed Binance might. Kraken futures. And I definitely, yeah, let's see. That's definitely something I'm going to figure out because, all right, let's talk about what is happening in Bitcoin. And I'm fairly new to the space, but I obviously have a lot of trading experience and I know, right? So I have a really good handle on how you can hedge against it. So I think a lot of things lead to these sell-offs and it's going to continue to happen. And that's a big reason why most people probably shouldn't even get into cryptocurrency because you can't handle the volatility and you're just gonna get shaken out and probably lose money. But so what's happening? So I've seen a few different theories, and I think it's a combination of a few. I'm 100% certain. All right, so the miners did sell yesterday, is the word on the street. And I think they even tweeted or whatever, and there's metrics out there. So that's obviously going to add some selling. Hey, AES, how you doing, buddy? So obviously that's going to add selling pressure. Now you also got your whales. A whale is considered anything with 1,000 coins. I don't know, like if I had 1,000 coins, I don't know how easy it would be to manipulate the market, or if it's 10,000, or if a few of these people get together, or even I would imagine, like if I were running, and I have dreams of doing this. I'd love to set this up. But if I was running a mining operation, I'm built for this. I understand the finance. I'm an engineer. If I were to run a freaking mining operation, I would most certainly have a trade desk too. Like I would have people on staff that are experts at hedging and shorting. And this is what happens, man. These whales, and I don't know if the miners do it too, but they sell. And then while they're selling, putting all this downward pressure on it, they freaking short the market too. So they're making money, probably leverage shorting. It's triggering stop losses. My goodness, do not use stop. Like, you should not use stop losses, period. Even the stock market, they're freaking criminal. I could go on forever about this, but if you have a stop loss in Bitcoin or Ethereum, you're going to get hit, period. And if that stop loss is an actual loss, count your money gone. So they sell, downward pressure, that thing starts moving, it starts triggering stop losses. They're actively shorting it at the same time. So I watched this kid from Dutch. He's 20 years old, but he knows the Bitcoin market really well, and he caught this last sell-off really good. He held Bitcoin. He holds Bitcoin. He wasn't selling his Bitcoin, but he shorted it too with it. He saw it. I would love to be able to do that. Again, this is in a very advanced move. And, you know, if you get it wrong, you do have to have tight stop loss when you're leverage trading. That. So if I were to short it, I would want to catch it on what I think is a huge downward move. Have a tight stop loss. End of the day, if I catch some extra money, great. If not, you know, me personally, I probably wouldn't over leverage. I would look at it at a delta. So if I had one full Bitcoin, I wouldn't be looking to short. I don't understand the futures enough, so I don't know, like, if 10x leverage is this. I don't think 10x leverage is the same as shorting 10 Bitcoin. I think it's just a dollar amount. So if you short $1,000 in Bitcoin futures, I think if at 10x you would roughly be shorting $10,000 worth, not 10 Bitcoins. You know what I mean? I gotta assume that's how it works, but I'd definitely like to figure that out. Coinbase had a glitch yesterday to help start the. Yeah, I saw that. In fact, I think it caused some people to lose. Like, I did read about that. The buy orders will not go through. Started when BTC was over 38K. Yeah, so I mean, really, guys, so I'm gonna, look at this, up to 120. So I would imagine this is not Binance US. I don't know if I'm gonna look into this and figure this out. So crypto, for you start trading. I mean, this looks interesting. That looks like a fun platform. Yeah, I'm gonna look into this. If Kraken has, because I need a 24/7 way to be able to hedge. When I see a big market crash coming, I want to hedge against my positions. Anyway, let's get back to the market and see what's going on. I did put some stuff on yesterday after the stream. I did put this plug trade on. I'm up $63. Thank you very much, STG. I have to start paying you a commission. Although I'm losing money in Riot Mara right now, but that's fine. Oh, did I? Probably. Oh, I did put. So see, I'm already up $50 on those calls. I mean, gotta like it, right? Already up another $100 in the calls. I rolled down. I like it. Let's see how my Neo call is doing. I'm up close to 50% on that. That's got 38 days to go. You know, I probably should roll this down because 80 is 80's up there quite a bit. So let's move this down. I don't think Neo is going to see $70 by February 19th. It might. Who knows? If it does, my shares get called away. Who cares? Maybe I'll just start the one and put a. Bro, I sold Bingo a long time ago. That stock doesn't. I just got into it for the hell of it. Let's check it. I think it's still around $5. If I were to get serious in some genomic stocks, which I probably will do this year. I mean, Bingo, I might put Bingo. So I did look into Bingo. There is no reason. And I think Tom Nash did a video on it. There's no reason. Let me get this trade on. So let's get it. Let's get two more. Wait, you already have a closing order. Of course I do. Because I'm being mechanical. I want that to come off the board when it's 50% profitable. All right, let's try and get another couple bucks on this. Let that let that chew. I'm gonna, dude, I mean, this is criminal not to take this. So I'm gonna take another $4 credit on my other 100 shares. Let's go to the mid price on that, see if that fills. All right, that one filled. We're gonna come over here. They're both filled, so I'm gonna immediately come over here and say, go to cancel. What did I say? All right, so this is one of the things I love about Tastyworks. You go over here, close for profit, 50%. You can change this to whatever you want. Excuse me. So I'm going to put this on. Close for profit. Boom, boom, boom. Going to buy that back at half price. Go over here and do this on the same thing over here. You manage these, you check these every day. If it's getting close to it, if you think you want to roll it down or what have you, close it out, roll it out. There's a lot you can do if you don't want your shares to get called away and you start getting close into the money. Maybe we can start looking at some of that if I start running into those problems later. And I'm going to come over here and do this one for close for profit. Boom, boom, boom. I didn't say, yeah, I know you didn't say the buy plug. I asked you, yeah, I didn't, dude, like you throw stuff out and I come over here and I see things like, it's in play. This is one of the things I love about options. I don't necessarily need to know a lot about the company. If it's in play and there's a lot of IV on it, we're going to put it on the board. Let's take a look. Maybe I put some more on the board. So, no, not after a $10 run up. I should have put some on over in my small account. All right, Bryant. All right. Why is Mara up and right now? You know, I found a really good, you probably have already watched it, SGG, a really good YouTube channel on mining stocks. This guy covers all the mining stocks. It's like trade stocks with Eli PhD or something like that. Dude has a really interesting take. He really digs into the mining stocks. If you haven't checked that out, check him out. I'm definitely going to watch more of him. BINGO said they were gonna die. Oh my goodness. So waiting for them to dump. Yeah, so there is no reason. No, as far as I know, there's no catalyst that caused BINGO to do what it did. So let's take a look. Actually, I want to take a quick look at Bitcoin. I don't think, and it's probably a good thing because I took some money out of this account to move it around. Right now, I don't even know if I have enough cash on hand. I know I definitely don't have enough cash on hand for non-intraday margin on Bitcoin futures. I might have enough for intraday. Let's take a look. Man, this thing is down. What is going on? Where are we at? All right, so I'd be tempted. Where are we at? Let's take a look. I'd be tempted to put a Bitcoin. I really got to see if I can trade Kraken futures because it's going to be on like Donkey Kong. All right. Oh, do they have leverage on that? Because that will be something I will want if it's just a dollar amount. Where did that go? I guess I would have to sign in. I don't feel like doing that right now. So, all right. Bitcoin is at 33.1. A lot of big red candles on the 1 hour. Like I would be really inclined. Again, I'm not much of a TNA guy, you know what I'm saying, but I do think this 32,000 level seems pretty, like it goes all the way back to Jan 5th, and then even kind of further back, it's a little bit wonky there. This is below the VMA, VWAP 20. I need to figure out how to set up, because there are some interesting metrics you can look at, like the EMA 8 and or like daily and etc. Again, I don't pay a lot of attention to those, but when it does fall below those, it does get interesting. We are getting a green candle, so I just kind of want to know. I'm not actually going to trade it, but I am curious to see if I can, if I wanted to. Yeah, so I'm not able to trade this outside of market hours. I don't know how much the margin requirement goes up when it's not during the day. I am kind of tempted to go a bit long there, but nah. We need to play it safe, boys and girls. I need to do it with just Riot and Plug. Kind of tempted. Let's do it. I want to see how this pans out. So let's put a strangle on and Riot. 196% IV. Do I have anything on? Because I kind of want to monitor this separately. I already have a couple puts on over there. Let's take a look at Mara. I got the same thing. What is the IV? 300, 240%. All right. And I have 20 puts on. Let's take a look at what look at this. The expected move in this is $14. So anywhere between $10 and $38. I'm going to put a strangle on just to watch it. Now, I need to do more of this. Strangles are a lot more profitable. I need to start being such a sissy pants when it comes to naked calls. Because there's ways to defend against strangles. You can roll, like say Mara continues to go to the upside, blows through my naked call, you can continue to roll your put up, and you can even go inverted. The second you go inverted, you kind of like you're locking your losses, but these mechanics, and you can roll out and etc. Man, naked calls scare me. Plug made a deal with French car maker Renault hydrogen fuel. So they just made a deal. Like, where's all this news coming? Is it coming from PR Newswire? Because then it's just straight pump and dump. But didn't they just announce that they're basically making South Korea hydrogen? Man, I keep getting sidetracked. Let's put a strangle on over here. Again, this is covered. So so the call part of it is going to be covered. But we can go out to the expected move, and I can get $4.55. I got to do it, right? I've got to do it. So I'll be able to look back at my order, but $10, so the Mara would have to drop below $6 for this trade to lose money, or go past like $42. Now I'm much more nervous about the 42 side of it than I would be the downside. But again, it's covered, so if it does blow through this, whatever, man. So I'm going to put this on. I don't know. The bid ask on that's 50 cents. Bid ask on that's 5. Let's see if we can get the mid price. Boom, filled. Maybe I should have tried for some more. All right. So I need to come over here, and I am going to do the 1038 strangle, close for profit, 50%. We're going to let that cook. And hopefully one day I just walk in and 630 hits, and I just see that autofill, right? All right, let's take a look. Again, I did put what did I do here? I went short the 10-year Treasury and the micro futures, the small exchange. I went short the dollar. So my assumption, here we go, boys and girls. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. If you see me doing a trade, please don't follow me. Right? Like, you've got to make your own decisions. I do not want to be responsible if you lose money. My P&L is up for the day. That's nice because it was down huge yesterday. All right, so I did put again, my assumption is I'm assuming Biden, as early as tomorrow, they're saying he's going to release the new stimulus package or discuss it. I do think the market is going to rip on that. Actually, I did kind of. All right, so the Nasdaq's down 10 points. Let's see what's going on here. I mean, Tesla's up even more. What is going on? Apple, what's Apple doing? Amazon is up. I mean, Amazon's basically flat. Apple down 60 cents. What's the Facebook doing? Facebook's down $1. What's Square doing? Square's basically flat. I have a put on over in Square. I am down a decent amount in that, but it has to go below like $204 for me to realistically lose money on that. So I still feel really good about that bet. At the end of the day, I would probably just take the 100 shares at 204, 203.95. Well, I mean, I would get it at 210, but I wouldn't lose money until it dipped below 203.95. Yeah, I'm not sure. Gold was up like 9 points in the pre-market on the futures, but now it's down again. I'm not really sure why gold's getting hammered so much. Details, the stimulus won't come out tomorrow after, oh, you think after he's president? Yeah, you might be right. Who knows, man? Who knows? Maybe I'm in it too early. That's just the degenerate side of me. Now I'm down in all 3 trades. It did hurt me the last time I entered it early. That's fine. We're going to keep it on. So let's take a look at Bitcoin. The Bitcoin future. Let's see. Why is this so hard to find? I just saw it. I mean, yeah, I guess that is kind of alphabetical for the futures. So it's still basically flat. Not sure what's going to happen there. If Bitcoin rips, I might add some more covered calls on over here. I'm tempted to put more Riot Mar on because I think Bitcoin is going to rip. I don't know how long this lull is going to last, but I'm also trying to be, I'm trying to be a bit responsible. I'm already a little bit past the irresponsible in my crypto exposure right now, but that is how much my conviction is on that. When space test flight, need Branson? Yeah, I was looking at that. Man, I'm kind of over space. I'm long-term bullish space, but it's a very risky endeavor. I'm starting to have doubts that they're going to be able to pull it off this year. What I was reading it on their website. I'm going to be honest, I didn't do a whole lot of looking into it. All I saw was that they figured out what the problem was and they're working on it. What's space doing? Actually, let's check bingo. What are you up for 2021? What do you mean, what am I up for? I'm up for Bitcoin going to $1 million so I can retire. I am up for Ethereum going to $20,000 so I can retire. I'm up for Tesla going to $1,500. Right now, the space up nice today. Actually, all right, so bingo's down 24 cents. They're going to be diluting shares. I honestly think bingo's a garbage play. I wouldn't touch that. The only reason that's up is because ARK investing and everyone's talking about ARK and genomics, and they're just throwing, like they were throwing money at every garbage EV stock out there. They're throwing money at every garbage genomics. Maybe bingo's not garbage, but I don't know, dude, a lot. I would say, looks like I'm up about 16% in my IRA, about 20% in my big account, and up about 25% on my small account. I'm up nice in my Robinhood. I'm down right now in Binance because I bought some Ethereum at the high tick. I'm basically flat in a couple of others with Ethereum. I'm dumping the S out of space. Really, like, so you definitely want, man, I don't know, like, why would you dump it if he lands safely? I don't feel like that's a buy the rumor, sell the news. If bingo gets FDA approval and then ARK goes in, then bingo, yeah, I don't know what bingo is getting FDA approval on. Like, what do they have up for approval? And if ARK goes in, I mean, dude, yeah, if ARK starts buying it, then it's just going to go through the roof because people buy everything ARK's buying. And I don't blame them, man. I think ARK is hands down the most talented investing team on the planet. They're nailing it with Tesla, and they're not just Tesla, their thesis on why Tesla is doing what it's doing. They got into that early. They are nailing it with fintech. They're nailing it with, well, 3D printing. I think they're eventually going to nail it. I was watching some videos on 3D house printing, and that stuff looks amazing. I do think, I would hope there be an explosion of that in the future. They're able to build these houses in like a week with recycled materials, and it's very nice stuff, man. So I definitely approve of something like that over chopping down trees. And obviously, you know, those are my thoughts. I'm obviously a very green person, although I guess trading in cryptocurrency is kind of anti-green. But we've eventually got to get all this computing power. And so I think SGG has mentioned Riot's all green. I'm not sure how accurate that is. I don't know where Mara's at. They're just sucking away coal plants at Marathon. All right, what's the NASDAQ? The NASDAQ's down 14. What's the VIX doing? The VIX is probably moving up. The VIX was down almost a full point this morning, and then it started going up. Where are we at, VIX? I thought you were on my list. There we are. So the VIX is still down about half a point. I don't know why the NASDAQ is, I mean, come on, Tom. Calm down, Tom. The NASDAQ being down 7-10 points is basically flat. FDA approval for their cool machine Safer. Let's Google this. You're going to make me want to get back into bingo. B-I-N-G-O. Look at this. This is the selling buying pressure. Bitcoin's hovering around 33,000. Where's it going to go? A low of 32.5. It did hit a high of close to 37,000, I want to say, in the last 24 hours. It definitely went back over 36,000. I actually am really, really, really happy with this price, this current price level in Bitcoin. For a few reasons, I would love for Bitcoin to stay at this price for 2-3 weeks, maybe. A good 1 to 3 weeks would be really good for it. Because if it were to continue to just go vertical. I always get those confused. Yeah. Anyway, so if it were to continue to go vertical, especially if it would have continued to go vertical before this previous dump, the more vertical it goes, the worse that dump's going to be, right? And the dumps are going to continue to happen. You just have to know, you have to hold. Long term, you're going to be successful. It is hard. It is brutal. If you couldn't handle that last dump, then you really, probably shouldn't be in Bitcoin. Anyway, where was I? Oh, bingo. I'm so easily sidetracked. All right, B-I-N-G-O. Bingo, Safer. We'll see if that's Safer by Norris. Bingo, safe. Oh boy, I got that wrong. Bingo, this shows this. Let's see what that says. System. Oh wow, that looks like some reading. I need my reading glasses for. Blah, blah, blah. This was on October 15th. Let's see. Announced that a study led by scientists and clinicians from the Institute of Human Genetics at UCSF School of Medicine of Colorado and Medicine, genome imaging technology to identify novel disease-causing variants in patients with 3 different diseases and diverse controlled data sets of 154 individuals. The study found that Safer system was able to comprehensively analyze complex genome structures called segmental duplications and helped identify several novel structure variations associated with each disease causing locus, increasing the understanding. Yeah, that seems pretty interesting. Well, definitely have to keep this on our radar. I don't know if anyone checks the ARC funds daily for what they're buying and selling. I really don't, but if you could catch BNGO early on this FDA approval, the problem is it's going to run up. I don't know if this is going up for FDA approval or when it is. It's going to run up on that alone. Maybe that's partially why it's running up on that. If ARK were to invest in it, there's going to be a lot of people out there that maybe even know it ahead of time, or they're going to be really quick on it. So that's some good advice. I went to school for 20 years. Man, dude, what did like PhD level stuff over here? But I learned more than the last 5 years online choosing my teachers. I have a list of 200 YouTubers. Yeah, so finding good YouTubers is kind of hard. Like a lot of the big YouTubers out there, you got to really pick and choose that what you learn from it and then come up with your own analysis on it. There's a lot of people out there, like even me, Kevin. There's a lot of things he says that drives me insane. But there's a lot of, and he's kind of, I'm not gonna, but there's a lot of good value in what he has to say. And one of the things that constantly drives me insane, he actually did a video last night where he's warming up to Bitcoin and why he's warming up to Bitcoin. And I'm like, congratulations, me, Kevin. You're finally starting to understand a lot of the core things you can do with the blockchain. But at the end of the video, he says, I'm not looking to buy more Bitcoin now because I'm still paying off my margin. Oh my goodness, dude. Stop telling people about you being on margin. First of all, you keep doing that. One of these days, I don't care how many millions you have in the stock market, you're going to get your face melted off. And I don't want any new young investors. Like right now, it is so dangerous, and I am so afraid that's going to help lead to a massive correction. You're going to have all these people just like marching to the hill, and they're going to lose all their money because they're going to get liquidated. Anyone out there, I highly recommend you start watching Tasty Trade, tastytrade.com. You want to start really learning a lot about real finance, and I'm talking about how to trade the markets. It's how I have learned almost everything I know when it comes to futures and options trading. I implement their strategies and options trading all the time. It most definitely works. It's a bit harder with small accounts, but I've definitely proven that it can be done. I started this account with $2,500. Look, market conditions have been great for it. I've gotten lucky with EV stocks, and I'm getting lucky with things like Riot and Mara right now. But a lot of these options trades I do, again, they're greater than 50% chance. When you buy a stock, I don't care how much you know about the company, how much you think, all these different DCF models, management team, blah, blah, blah this, blah, blah, blah that. At the end of the day, it just takes one big news story one way or the other for you to go wrong, or one scandal, or just market for whatever reason favoring or not favoring that stock in the short term for, violent moves. So it's statistically 50-50 when you buy a stock. No, just college for a 4-year degree. I wasn't, pre-K. Yeah. Unfortunately in my job, I've never had to stop learning. I haven't been doing a whole bunch of it lately, but yeah, I went to college for 10 years. True story. Not really. I went to college for a while, dropped out, worked at Walmart for a while. Oh my goodness. I thought I wanted to be in management at Walmart. One of the best decisions I've ever made in my life is I went back to college, finished my degree, and then I got a degree in business, and then I went and worked in IT. So was that a smart use of my capital? I don't know, dude. Like, would I recommend younger kids go to college now? That's a tough one, dude. If you can get a scholarship or, good grants, or you come from a wealthy family, I would most definitely say go to college. If college is going to be something you're going to have to scrape up a bunch of money for, depending on what kind of skill set you have and what you want to do with your life, that is a very tough decision. I do not envy you for having to make that. College, if you go to college, if you go to the right college, you pick the right field, you're good at what you do, you can pay off that college debt, but you're going to be in debt. I am just now finishing off. I couldn't handle my college debt when I got out of college, and it basically doubled. And I'm just now finishing that off. But my debt, it was like $30,000. That's nothing compared to the kind of college debt these kids are going to get these days, especially, if you want to be a doctor or a lawyer, you're going to go to college, right? And you're going to have a lot of debt, but if you're good at what you do, you're going to be able to pay that off quick, and you're going to have a wealthy life. But if there's other things you want to do, like blockchain, I think blockchain, if you're interested in like coding, and blockchain, I think that is definitely an amazing opportunity to look into the security field, anything related to security. And if you can augment anything, like say you go on the blockchain and you can, I mean, blockchain kind of has security built in with cryptography, but I'm talking like penetration testing and firewalls and intrusion prevention and things like that. That's a whole, like, there's different facets of security that you can into. That's a booming industry. They cannot keep up with that demand. Cloud, AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, all that stuff, tremendous. You don't have to go to college for that, period. You can just go out and learn it on your own, get jobs and work your way up. There are a lot of opportunities out in the IT industry to, like, you can kind of pay for stuff. There's a few things out there that I think are good for entry level, you know, CBT Nuggets, a few others. But you definitely don't have to go to college for that. I could definitely still be making the same amount of money I'm making right now without college in IT. There's other industries out there too, like real estate. You don't necessarily need to go to college for that. If you go to college, go to community college. That is excellent advice. And get the liberal arts, science classes out of the way. Then a state school must go cheap unless special major. So that is also excellent advice. I didn't do that. And it was probably good advice at that time too, but my situation was a bit different. I moved out here from the Midwest with my best friend out in California, and he played basketball for the college, right? He was actually one of the best players to ever go through their college. So I came, dude, Midwest to California, who doesn't want to do that? At the time, California state colleges were crazy cheap. Crazy cheap. It was basically free. And I got Pell Grants and Cal Grants. So I didn't go to college the first year. I had to become a resident. And it was basically free, right? So, you know, I still had to get student loans for like books and stuff. And that's kind of, so I racked up like maybe $15,000 in student debt. I mean, that's nothing in today's dollars, but this was back in the 90s. And I couldn't afford it, what have you. I was an idiot when it came to credit. So I ended up doubling. Now I'm paying it off, no problem. I mean, I could pay it off right now, but such a small amount. I'm not worrying about it. Anyway, this has been, let's do a quick recap. I do have to get to work. I do have to go grocery shopping again. I'm really bummed about that. So let's take a look at where we are. Bitcoin back up to about 34,000. Maybe I should have went long that Bitcoin future. That is fine, boys and girls. I'm trying to stay responsible here. All right, so Bitcoins are rocking. When Bitcoins are rocking, don't come a knocking. Oh, I did put this VIH trade on the other day. It was down quite a bit. Now it's back up to $1.46. This is kind of starting to get more media coverage. This is the corrupt ICE doing a reverse SPAC merger with BAKKT or something like that, a crypto exchange. Probably all criminal, to be honest. If you can tell, I'm not a big fan of the ICE. So a small account, Riot's making a comeback. Don't call it a comeback, LL Cool J. I have Mara. Mara is up nice, $2. That means my calls are probably losing money now. That's fine because it's a hedge. And the theta decay on that is going to be a whopping pretty fast. If Mara blows through 30, whatever, dude. Riot, man, Bitcoin. What is Bitcoin doing? We're getting really trigger finger. Let's check the NASDAQ. Actually, let's take a look. Now my precious metals is up. My dollar short is basically flat. My 10 years flat. The NASDAQ's down 3. Ah, man, I think the market is going to rip. So I'm going to put a trade on just because I'm a degenerate. Only reason, degenerate. Greed, degeneracy, whatever you want to call it. I think the market's going to rip. If we can catch a little chili dipper on this. I'm gonna let that run. Oh, come to Papa. Come to Papa. Ooh, one tick away. Come. Ooh, 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 ooh. All right, I'm gonna let that run. If it fills, it fills. If it doesn't, c'est la vie, baby. The VIX is back up to almost down down 0.68. I did see it as low as a down 0.8. So the volatility is dropping. I think the market's going to rip. Key is whatever you do, invest 10-50%, let your money earn more money. Millionaires have 7 streams of passive income. Landlord, dividends, staking, crypto, FBA. Yeah. So I'm definitely looking to start putting more and more money into my BlockFi account. And I even want to start adding gold over there. I want to earn interest on all those. I definitely want to start doing some staking stuff. I haven't quite figured out what I'm going to, that kind of reminds me. So I'm probably going to buy some Polkadot and stake that over on Kraken. I'm a huge fan of even just the technology of what I've learned about Polkadot. I'm very tempted to drop like $500 or $1,000 on XRP. What do you think, guys? Binance is taking that off their exchange tomorrow. I think it's probably already off Coinbase. But I think XRP is either going to settle. I think there's going to be a settlement in the very short term, and that'll eventually get back on the exchanges, even if it's a 1 to 2 year thing. Whatever, dude. $500,000. That, like $1,000. I think XRP has the potential. I think the previous high in XRP. Let's see if we can pull this up. It was like over $3. Come on. XRP. All right, so XRP is at 28 cents. It had a high. I want to say it had a high at like $3. So if they announce, like, this pure gamble, but I think it's a good gamble with this very small portion. So it had a high. Let's switch this over to the daily so it's not so difficult. Probably should even went to like the weekly or something. Yeah, look at this, man. That was quite a little burst though. Was that really all it went to? I thought it went more to that. $1.20. Yeah, maybe it didn't go as high as I thought. Either way, oh, this is Tether. Oh no, to Tether. I need to look more into this, but I think so. If $1.50 was its high, I think it'll triple that if they come to an agreement, because I really do like XRP technology at its core. It has a massive support. I might buy some of that. I might not. I'll let you guys know tomorrow. Personally, I can't stand XRP. The devs still have, yeah, so I agree with you there. But there's a lot of talk of them burning that. So it is most definitely a gamble, but I get why people hope the banks will use it. Yeah, dude. At the end of the day, I think it has a lot of value. I don't know if that value is going to pan out. I definitely get your argument too, but I'm more betting on the fact if they do settle, man, it's going to pump. So I might throw a few shekels at it. Let's take a quick recap. All right, yeah, nice little turnaround. My profit and loss is pretty good. Did my NASDAQ filled. I should have put it for a bit lower because I am already down 35 bucks in that. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up. We could follow up on this tomorrow. XRP all-time highs. Yeah, that's what I thought. So if the SEC and them come to an agreement, because right now it looks like the SEC is just trying to shake them down. It looks like SEC wants to come to an agreement. I think they're just trying to get greedy on the fine. The vibe I'm getting on the street, I think they will eventually come to an agreement. They're just going to pay their little fine. They've already made like over $1 billion as far as I know with their ICO. So paying even like a $40 million, $50 million fine, whatever. As you said, they still have a ton of $55 billion to dump. I think they're going to burn a lot of that. Who knows? I think that I'm basically gambling that settlement comes soon. I could be wrong. Be way wrong. And then that thing just pumps. You add to the fact that Bitcoin and all the other altcoins are pumping with it. I mean, you might be able to, like, this is just crazy theoretical. You might be able to turn 1,000 into like 10, 15, 20,000 fast. I know it's a lot of hopium smoking. At the end of the day, I think it's a safe bet. I mean, if I throw $500 at it and I'm wrong, Dude, I put in $500 bets on NFL games when I couldn't afford it. I can afford to lose 500 right now. So anyway, I love you guys. I'm wrapping this up. I'll catch you guys tomorrow.